I deal with a problem that no one I know personally deals with, and it's real weird for me. Um, 10 out of 10 real weird, which is that there is a shadow version of me. There is a fake version of me which is treated by a bunch of people, all of whom don't know me or have never met me, some of whom work for publications, some of whom are just online, thousands of whom tweet me, as real. And I'm not complaining here, but it is annoying and it is interesting because it is a shadow version of me. Um, the shadow version of me requires you to not know much about me. It requires you to not read my scripts or really my comics or really know anything about me other than sort of clickbait that's reported. And the shadow version of me is real. It's real. I've never experienced anything like it. If you follow me on YouTube, about a little more than a year ago, I uploaded a video about a time in my life that I'd met someone who claimed to have met me, but didn't know what I looked like, and told me a made-up story about the time they met me. Well, that was just the beginning, because there's a whole fake version of me, and it's given credence. There was a New York Times article on me that gave it credence. So the shadow version of me is basically, it's like an archetypal, I don't know how to describe him. He's sexist. He doesn't like women. He doesn't like movies with women in them. He is untalented. He's lazy. He got everywhere without working hard. He's like, maybe he's like racist too. He's mean. He's a dick. That's the big part. He's mean, obnoxious dick who's mean to people and mean about his opinions. He thinks everyone's movie sucks except for the things he wrote. And he's sort of this provocateur, controversial figure. So you need to understand that in my real life, that guy doesn't exist. You think that guy would do well in a meeting with producers? It's not a real guy. I'm a little bit annoying. I'm extremely hyper, but this guy, this imaginary guy, is treated like he's a real person. So when I make any kind of tweet that fits that guy archetype, it's treated like that's the one. That's the proof of the guy. That's him. And I say this because recently there was like a Vanity Fair article that I didn't like a movie, and Vanity Fair said that implied that I didn't like it because it had a female main character. And then gave this long list of like, this movie failed, that movie failed, this guy's a hack. And it's interesting because that guy, none of my friends know that guy. None of the people I work with know that guy. That guy only exists in clickbait articles. There was an article that I did because I'm dumb years ago with my friend Shelby. I got drunk and like gave a real gross, like not even locker room talk, not that bad, but like just like me being like a gross guy in his early 20s. And that got reported on by Jezebel. And I think that's what started the shadow guy, because they framed it as like, look at this pig. But even in that interview, basically what I said was, if you're an extra, don't sleep with directors, don't sleep with talent, because that's then what you become and it changes the nature of your relationship. Having sex with people to get ahead doesn't work and will screw you over. I didn't say that in a glamorous way, and I certainly said other unglamorous things, but it created this shadow guy who's reported on every time there's an article on me. It always says like controversial screenwriter Max Landis. But I'm not controversial. Or maybe I am. I don't know. I can never decide if the shadow guy like helps me, that there's this thought of me as this like, what he says is worth reporting. Pajiba like hates me like I'm a monster. It's weird though. It's weird and it's surreal. And I was venting about it to my friend Emily today. And I wanted to maybe say something about it publicly because I never really have addressed it. But if you follow me on YouTube, you already know that I'm just this like dope who likes comics. So like, I don't know, maybe this is just stupid, but it's weird and it's unbelievably surreal. And I'm sorry I'm processing it publicly. And I hope you liked Channel Zero because it fucking kicked ass. And I hope you are enjoying Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, which apparently people are, which is really cool. And I see your tweets and thank you. And hopefully there will be more. Thanks. Don't believe in the shadow guy. I'm just a writer.